Welcome to Furry Facts, the channel where every whisker hides a mystery and every meow tells a story. Here, we uncover the hidden truths about cats, their instincts, their secrets, their strange behaviors, and the spiritual lessons they carry. If you've ever wondered what your cat is really thinking, why they do the things they do, and what they might see that you cannot, you're in the right place. This is Furry Facts, where cats are more than pets. They are guardians, seers, and mirrors of the unseen. It happens late at night. The room is still. Suddenly, your cat freezes, pupils wide, ears twitching. Slowly, their gaze locks onto nothing, or at least nothing you can see. The corner of the room, a patch of empty wall, a shadowy ceiling, and they stare. You follow their eyes, nothing's there, or is there? Why do cats stare at corners? Are they simply hunting invisible bugs, or are they seeing something beyond human senses, something we've forgotten how to perceive? Tonight, we'll explore the mystery of the corner stare through science, folklore, and spirit. And by the end, you may never look at your cat's unblinking eyes the same way again. Cats are crepuscular hunters, most active at dawn and dusk. Their eyes are perfectly designed for low-light vision. Cats' retinas contain 6 to 8 times more rod cells than humans. Rods are the cells that detect movement in dim light. Their pupils expand into wide circles, drawing in every possible photon. Behind the retina lies the tapetum lucidum, a reflective layer that bounces light back through the retina, giving cats their eerie night glow and a second chance to capture faint light. What this means is simple. Cats see what we can't in dim conditions. The tiny flicker of a dust mote, the twitch of a shadow, the movement of an insect invisible to our eyes, all leap into sharp relief for them. When your cat stares into a corner, they may simply be watching a speck of dust dance in a beam of light, a flicker too faint for your sight. But vision isn't the only sense at work. Cats' ears are tuned to frequencies far beyond our own. Humans hear up to about 20,000 Hz. Cats hear up to 65,000 Hz, more than 3 times higher. This allows them to detect the high-pitched squeaks of mice, the rustle of insects, even the faint hum of electrical wires. That corner your cat stares at may not be empty. To them, it may be alive with sound, the buzz of a housefly behind the wall, the scratching of a mouse in the crawl space, the faint whir of pipes. Cats don't just see and hear, they feel. Whiskers are highly sensitive touch organs, capable of detecting minute changes in air currents. A draft through a crack, a subtle shift of airflow near a corner, these may draw your cat's attention, pulling their gaze toward a place you'd never notice. Science also shows that cats' brains are wired to fixate. Their survival depends on detecting the faintest sign of prey and locking onto it with absolute focus. When a cat stares into a corner, their hunting brain may have spotted a clue, a flicker, a sound, a scent. The behavior that looks mysterious to us is instinctive to them. Freeze, watch, wait. And yet science doesn't explain everything. Because sometimes cats stare into corners for minutes at a time. No bugs appear. No sound follows, nothing happens, they're not stalking, they're transfixed. This is why the question lingers, are they just hyperattentive hunters? Or is there something more in their gaze, something beyond the reach of biology? In nature, corners don't exist. Cats evolved in fields, forests, and rocky landscapes where prey could hide behind bushes, logs, or stones. In the human home, corners replace those hiding spots. To cats, a corner isn't empty space. It's potential. It's the kind of place a mouse might dart from or an insect might scuttle toward. When a cat stares into a corner, they're doing what their ancestors did, guarding the edges of the territory, watching the places prey or danger might emerge. Cats are masters of patience. Unlike dogs who often rush toward stimuli, cats wait. They stare, they study. That unblinking gaze you see locked onto a wall is the hunter's discipline. A bug behind plaster, a faint movement in shadow to a cat, it's worth waiting for. Even if nothing comes, they have exercised the core of their survival skill. Watch, don't blink, don't miss the sign. Owners often notice their cats staring upward at ceilings, high corners, or bare rafters. Why? Vertical hunting instinct in the wild, prey like birds and insects are above. Cats, as climbers, are always scanning vertical space. Sound conduction, high places amplify sounds. A creak in the roof, a drip in the pipes, vibrations from upstairs neighbors all funnel into the ceiling. To a cat, it's like listening to the sky. When they stare at nothing above, it may not be nothing at all. It may be echoes of life outside your perception. What unsettles us most is not that cats look, but that they don't stop. They lock in and stay there, motionless, pupils wide, ears turning subtly. This behavior is hypnotic to us because it mirrors something primal: vigilance. We sense deep down that they are aware of something we are not. Our instincts whisper if the hunter sees it, maybe danger is near. It's the same reason ancient humans followed the gaze of wolves or hawks. The animal's stare hinted at survival knowledge. With cats, the same feeling lingers. But here's where science begins to blur into mystery. Many cat owners report that their cats stare at corners for long stretches with no result. No bugs emerge, no sound follows, no hidden mouse is found. The cat doesn't pounce, they simply watch. It's this unproductive stare that makes us wonder, are they seeing more than prey? Are they tuned into frequencies, lights, or movements entirely outside our human range? And that question leads us beyond biology, into the realm of folklore and spirit. Across cultures, one belief repeats: cats can see beyond the visible world. Their ability to stare into darkness, to fixate on nothing, has long been interpreted as vision into the spirit realm. In ancient Egypt, cats were sacred to Bastet and linked to protection from unseen forces. Egyptians believed that when a cat's gaze followed empty air, it was watching spirits move between worlds. In Japan, cats were thought to ward off malevolent ghosts. The belief that a cat staring into corners was keeping watch over spirits is still whispered in rural villages. In Celtic tradition, cats were liminal creatures walking between the world of the living and the other world. A cat's unblinking eyes in a shadowed room meant a doorway had opened, and only they could see through. During the Middle Ages, cats' uncanny stares took on darker meaning. Cats watching shadows or walls were believed to be communing with demons or serving as witches' familiars. Superstitions warned that if a cat stared into a corner too long, death or misfortune was near. People feared what cats seemed to notice, because their gaze suggested invisible presences humans could not confront. Even today, the lingering eeriness comes from this history, the idea that cats don't just watch, they witness. One of the most famous Japanese legends is the Bakeneko, a supernatural cat with powers of transformation. These cats were said to mimic human voices, summon fire, and most chillingly, see and interact with spirits. When a household cat sat staring at a corner, villagers whispered that the Bakeneko was in communion with the other side. Far from random, the stare was a ritual of contact. Around the world, cats are often seen near the sick or dying, staring intently at spaces above the bed or into the shadows of a room. Families describe cats gazing at nothing moments before a person's final breath. Folklore interprets this as cats watching souls depart, guiding them, or simply acknowledging the invisible crossing. Their stare, once unsettling, becomes profoundly spiritual, the silent witness of transition. From Egypt to Japan, from Celtic myth to modern stories, the pattern is the same. Cat stares are not thought to be empty. They are windows. Their eyes do not stop at walls or ceilings. They pierce the veil. And while science gives us explanations, insects, drafts, frequencies, folklore insists on something more. That in the stillness of their gaze, cats remind us of worlds layered over our own. Worlds we cannot see, but they can. During the Middle Ages, cats' uncanny stares took on darker meaning. Cats watching shadows or walls were believed to be communing with demons or serving as witches' familiars. Superstitions warned that if a cat stared into a corner too long, death or misfortune was near. People feared what cats seemed to notice because their gaze suggested invisible presences humans could not confront. Even today, the lingering eeriness comes from this history, the idea that cats don't just watch, they witness. Around the world, cats are often seen near the sick or dying, staring intently at spaces above the bed or into the shadows of a room. Families describe cats gazing at nothing moments before a person's final breath. Folklore interprets this as cats watching souls depart, guiding them, or simply acknowledging the invisible crossing. Their stare, once unsettling, becomes profoundly spiritual, the silent witness of transition. From Egypt to Japan, from Celtic myth to modern stories, the pattern is the same. Cat stares are not thought to be empty. They are windows. Their eyes do not stop at walls or ceilings. They pierce the veil. And while science gives us explanations, insects, drafts, frequencies, folklore insists on something more. That in the stillness of their gaze, cats remind us of worlds layered over our own. Worlds we cannot see, but they can. So why do cats stare at corners? Science says it's vision, sound, vibration, and instinct. Spirit says it's energy, aura, and unseen presences. Perhaps the truth is both. Cats are survivalists, yes, but they are also liminal beings, half wild, half domestic, half rooted in the visible world and half attuned to what lies beyond. Their stare is a bridge between those worlds. Practical guidance for cat owners: don't panic. Most of the time, a cat's corner stare is harmless, a bug, a sound, or simple curiosity. Check the environment. Look for drafts, insects, or electrical hums. Often, your cat is detecting what you can't. Notice the pattern. If your cat stares at the same spot repeatedly, investigate. Sometimes it's pests in the wall, sometimes it's energy that unsettles them. Respect the mystery. Even if you don't believe in spirits, respect your cat's perception. Sit with them, share the silence, and acknowledge their awareness. Use it as a reminder. Their stare is a lesson. Slow down, notice more, trust your instincts. What you dismiss, they pay attention to. Cats remind us of something humans have forgotten, that not everything can be explained, measured, or predicted. Their gaze into nothing is a living symbol of wonder. Whether they see a speck of dust or a spirit moving through, their stare tells us the world is more than meets the eye. The next time your cat fixes their eyes on an empty wall, don't laugh it off. Don't rush to explain. Pause, feel the silence. Ask yourself what you might be missing, because maybe the corner isn't empty. Maybe it's alive with sound, with energy, with spirit. And maybe your cat is showing you a truth you've forgotten. That the world is always larger, stranger, and deeper than it appears. This has been Furry Facts, where we uncover the mysteries behind the feline gaze. If this exploration into why cats stare at corners made you see your pet in a new light, please like this video, share it with fellow cat lovers, and subscribe for more feline secrets. Don't forget to tap the bell so you never miss an episode, because with cats, nothing is random. Every purr, every blink, every stare has meaning. And sometimes, when they gaze into shadows and corners, they aren't seeing anything. They're seeing what we can't.